All right, what is up, everyone? It is Saturday afternoon. It is freezing cold outside. I got a foot of snow still out there from last Sunday. So we're going to play some football. I'm going to go back all the way to 1958. And I think I'm going to try to do a weird thing. I'm going to call it the car wash. And the car wash, that comes from a phrase I heard on the Tony Kornheiser radio show where if a guy like, for example, Brian Windhorst, who's an NBA guy, if something big happens in the NBA and he has to go on like every show that day, Sports Center and Stephen A. Smith and McAfee and NBA Today, one after another, PTI, all the shows that are on ESPN, Kornheiser calls that going through the car wash. So I think I'm going to do a Green Bay Packers car wash where I play a whole bunch of their games from every card set that I have all in a row. So we're going to start in 58. We're going to work our way up to 65 and then 72 and then 1980. And then I'll go to my tournament, my 1983 tournament, and I'll play their second round game against Dallas. And then we'll go 86, 89. And then I'll pull out the 49 quick decks and we'll play 2025. Try to play and there's a whole bunch of different opponents here. You can see a whole bunch of different players. I am curious how this team moves throughout all these different seasons, what players carry over from one to the next, and what players are gone. I'm going to do that. I'm not going to do it all in a row, though. I'm going to mix in some other games. I think tomorrow I'm going to pull out the History Maker Baseball. Is that what it's called? History Maker Baseball? Something baseball. I think it's History Maker Baseball from Play. I've been watching people play the what do you call it? The Action PC, the Dave Cook's game, the baseball one where you can do manual entry. So I think I'm going to get that tomorrow and get the season that I have in the History Maker and use that to keep stats while I play the History Maker Baseball. So I'm going to do that tomorrow. So I'm going to mix in other games. I'm going to try to play all of my games over the next few weeks along with my Green Bay car wash. So we have a Green Bay car wash and we have an all the other games car wash coming up here. Where I'll get the bowling game out, the hockey game. I probably won't play the APBA golf or the APBA baseball, but I will play. I've got a bunch of play games over there. I might even pull out that ASG basketball that I bought and played a little bit last year. I think that's behind me. It is somewhere. I think it's down there. I'm not sure. It's on a shelf somewhere. And I might give that a try. Let's just get everything out. Let's just play everything here. Again, we have all kinds of time. With it being about 15 degrees every single day. I think it's going to get into the 20s next week. Yay. I don't think we see 40s until like the middle of March or something. So let's get started with this game. This is 1958 Green Bay against 1958 Detroit. This is week 2 in 1958. This is a game that actually ended in real life in a tie. And I always talk about the APBA game. How does it know? How does it know? Because the results are always so similar to what I do in real life or what happened in real life. This game ended in a tie. So I want to see how close we can get to a tie in real life. I'm going to make one rule change. I talked about it in the last video. When it comes to fumbles, I am not going to use the orange die anymore to roll 1 through 4. I think I kind of went backwards. I went too far the other way with fumbles where I wasn't getting any in games. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use the golf decider die. Green means fumble counts, and white means fumble doesn't count. So we'll make it a 50-50 thing instead of a 20-80, which is what it was before. So let's get started here. Again, 13-13 in real life. This was our guy Bart Starr against Detroit. So there's 2 quarterbacks for Detroit here. You got Tobin Rote played. Oh, let me move that over. There you go. You got Tobin Rote played a little bit. Then Bobby Lane came in and played in this game. So what I'll probably do, it looks like it's a 67% thing for Tobin Rote. So maybe I'll pull him in the middle of the third quarter, something like that, and put in Bobby Night Train Lane. Bart Starr played the whole game for Green Bay. Joe Francis came in and went 1 for 3. I'm not sure why that is. Is he a quarterback? Let's see. He is. Oh, he's down here. Look at that. He's a QB1. And in this game, he went 1 for 3 for 12 yards. I'm not sure why that is. So maybe I'll give him a drive. I don't know, something like that. We'll come up with something here. A lot of fun names in this one. And I've talked way too long. I'm 5 minutes into this video. I haven't even started playing yet. So let's go ahead and get started here. I do have a grocery order coming. It's 3 o'clock right now, between 3 and 5. So I might have to take a pause for that. But other than that, let us get started. Let's see. I already rolled the dice. Detroit will kick off to Green Bay. So kicking off is going to be Jim Martin for the Lions. 56. And I'm going to, it doesn't say, it does not say here what to do in terms of the columns. So it just says KA and KO. So, KA is always going to be in the K column. The KO is usually in the P column, but those don't look like P numbers. So I'm going to use the K column for both kickoffs and extra points and field goals for Jim Martin. So 56 is a 24. Oh, that is a short kick. That is 48.09. So Jim Martin, 48.09. 09 for the Packers is going to be Albert Hoagie. I remember Hoagie from last time I played with Green Bay. You got your Hoagie Carmichael. Well, who doesn't want a Hoagie every now and then? There he is, Hoagie Carmichael. He's 98 years old this year. Wow. All right. Okay, so Hoagie Carmichael. Man, I get everything so nice and settled, and then I just hit it accidentally with something and break it. Okay, Hoagie Carmichael. Here we go. That is a 51. 51 in the K column is an 11. And Hoagie is going to get 20 yards. Is it Al? Yeah. And they are going to start 1st and 10. Good field position here for the Packers. 1st and 10 on their own 37-yard line to start this drive. All right, looking at the Packers offense, it's not great. Green Bay is not great in 1958. I don't know what their record was, but not great. You have Jim Ringo as a 5 center. You got Billy Houghton as a 4 wide receiver. But there's some 2s in that starting lineup, and I don't usually put 2s in unless I absolutely have to. You do have Max McGee, who's pretty good. Bart Starr. This must be early Green Bay before they started winning Super Bowls with Bart Starr. Well, that's 66, so yeah, obviously. You got a couple of A receivers, though, Max McGee and Billy Houghton. Then you got 1 B, McElhenney on short passes, and everything else is a C, including Jim Taylor, Paul Hornung. That's kind of surprising. They must not have been very good. They are a 32. Running the ball, a lot of different guys run the ball for them, including Joe Francis, that guy who plays quarterback and plays halfback. So we'll see a lot of different names here. There are 32 on offense. Looking at the Lions on defense, I don't really see anybody here. Yale Larry, I only know him because I used to have his football card. Joe Schmidt is a 5, so, pretty 35, a little above average. They're going to be a +3 against the run and the pass. So... all right, let's get started here. And Green Bay is is damn near an exact 50-50 team. They are 345 runs versus 348 passes that year, so they are 50-50 on the dice. And they will start with an inside run. A 1 is an inside run. All right, a 53. 53 on your defense is a CS. 14, it's going to be Don McElhenney. I kept calling him Hugh McElhenney, but that's somebody else. I think he played for the 49ers. This is Don McElhenney. So 14, inside run for McElhenney against a CS. All right, a 41. 41 is not good. It's a 21. It's not bad. Oh, you know what I say? Okay, so it's no gain in the play. I got to remember, I'm so used to these numbers that I roll a 41. That's usually a 25 for most running backs. But I got to remember that these 58 cards, the numbers are all different. And I'm not sure why that is, but the numbers are all goofy. The penalties, those things are all in different places from when they normally are. So I got to try not to predict what the results are going to be and just look at the cards. All right, 2nd and 10. We'll go standard again. Right, at 18, Bart Starr, medium pass. 13, that is a CS. And 61, that is Hoagie Carmichael. And he is a C, so we're going to go medium pass, CS. Bart Starr. Bart Starr, 24 years old when this game started. So he is young. And that's a medium pass CS to Hoagie Carmichael. 43. That's a 27. And Bart Starr is going to take off and run. Does not like what he sees. We'll go outside run CS. 51 with a 17. Bart Starr is going to gain 5 yards. on the play. Okay. So most of my games are higher scoring than real life games. That's kind of the pattern that's been happening over the last few months. The fumbles are part of it. I think by having a fumble every now and then, it'll stop a drive. Not really sure what else there could be that is the problem. I'm going to call it a problem because I enjoy those games. But I'm going to see if this fumbles thing makes a difference. So it's 3rd and 5 on the 42. And we'll go short pass heavy. And we got a leaner. All right, a 17. That's a short pass. 14. That is not a good defense. That's a BG. 61. Back to Hoagie. So we'll go short pass BG. Bart Starr to Hoagie Carmichael. 25. That's a 10. That'll be complete. Is it enough? He'll pick up 8 yards. And he'll get them to midfield with a first down. And it's going to be 1st and 10. All right. Standard offense. 16. 16 is a short pass. And I'm going to put Perry Mason on my TV. Because I like Perry Mason. There he goes. All right, so short pass. Your defense is a 43. That's a CG. 64. We're going to go to Paul Horning. Paul Horning. There he is. He's a kicker. He's the backup kick returner. He does our kickoff, and he's also going to be our target. He's a C2, Paul Horning. 43 was what? It was a CG. So we're a short pass, CG. Bart Starr looking for Paul Horning. How old is Horning? Horning's 33. So he's on the other side of this this good run here. Oh no, a 43. It's another 27, and Bart Starr going to take off and run again. Does not like what he sees out of his wide receivers and their ability to get open. So we'll CG, run. 24 for Bart Starr is a 20, and he'll get 3 yards this time. He's a leading rusher for the team. All right, 2nd and 7. They'll cross the 50. They'll get to Detroit's 47-yard line. And 18. We're going to go medium pass. 42 on your defense is a CS. 34. That is Don McElhaney, and he is a C on medium passes. So we will stay at CS. So medium pass CS. Bart Starr dumping it off to his running back. Another 41. This is going to be a 29. And he is going to take a sack, and he is going to lose a big one. That's going to be an 8-yard loss. Starr, -8. Who gets him for Detroit? Who gets in there on that defense? 31. 31 is Alex Karras, future television actor, future father of Emmanuel Lewis in the TV show Webster. Alex Karras. Where's he at? They got some. Oh, it's the wrong team. So there's some names there. You got Forrest Gregg on Detroit's defense, but I was looking at the wrong team. Where is Alex Karras? There he is. He is. Wow, he is. Oh, you know what? Horning is not. Oh, I did the math wrong. Horning is not 33. Horning is 23 when this thing started. So he's young. Alex Karras is actually a couple months younger or older. He is also 23 when this game starts. So he's a young guy out of Iowa. Alex Karras, 90 years old, 91 years old this year. Wow. All right, so it's going to be Alex Karras getting the sack. And it's going to be 3rd and 15 now for Green Bay. And we're going to go medium pass heavy. All right, another medium pass. 50. Oh, lots of doubles this time. 55 is going to be a BD. And 44 is going to be Steve Mellinger. Or Mellinger, probably Mellinger. I do not know him. There he is. Stephen Frank, Steve Mellinger. I'm going Mellinger. Meilinger. I'm going to go Meilinger. He's a 3. He's a C4, so he got some targets. Not a great receiver, but got some targets. 55 was what? BD. So we'll stay at BD. So medium pass BD. Bart Starr to Steve Meilenberg. 25. 25 is a 10, and that is going to be incomplete. And Detroit, or Green Bay, they're going to have to punt on their opening drive. And bring out Max McGee, the speedy receiver. He's an A6, but he's also the PA, so he's also the punter. And I'll use the P column, and it's all, look at that. It's either 6 or 4 most of the time. 4 is a really good punt, and 6 is a touchback when you're inside the 50. So you know, not much variety coming out of Max McGee's punting. 21 is an 8, okay? It's an 8. And that would be a 45-yard punt taken at D10, taken by D10. It's going to be taken at the 10-yard line. So Max McGee for 45. Taken at the 10 by, who is our TA here? Oh, it's going to be Yale Larry. The punter is also the punt returner. Oh, you got to love 58. The punter is also the punt returner. He's also a defensive back 4. Like, he's just an athlete, this guy. Yeah, he's just an athlete. Yale Larry. And let's see what he can do with the punt return. 24. That is, see, now again, there's no columns here. So there's no columns. PA is going to be in the K column because it always. I'm going to put TA in the P column because most of the time that's where it's at. So that's what I'm going to do that. I don't know why they're not on here. I don't know if that's on purpose or not. I mean, I guess not because look at this one. This is the backup punt returner and it's a TBB, a P. So they are in the P column. So should I use the R column for this? I'm going to use P because that's what it normally is. I'm just going to call it a mistake. And we'll use P. All right, so Yale Larry. Oh, I rolled a 24, didn't I? That's a 19. And he is going to get 10 yards on the return. And they're going to start 1st and 10 at their own 20. All right, Detroit comes out. Tobin Rote brings them out. There's their offense. It's a 36, pretty good offense, mostly in their offensive line. Lou Creekmore and Charlie Ain, if I typed them correctly, are both 5 and 4. So and everybody else is a 3. So you got, I love it. You got Tobin Rote. Then you got Hopalong Cassidy. What's his real name is Howard, but they called him Hopalong. I love it. Then you got Larry. John Henry Johnson. I think he's an eventual 49er. And it's a pretty good team here. You got one guy that's an A. Everybody else is either a B or a C. And then running the ball, again, a bunch of guys here. Gene Gedman. Tobin Rote ran so much that I put him into the running backs carries. You got Ken Webb. There's John Henry Johnson and Hopalong Cassidy. And then Dan Lewis. That's so boring compared to John Henry Johnson and Hopalong Cassidy. Dan Lewis. All right. So here we go. The Lions. Well, actually, hold on. They're 36. They're 36 on offense. On defense, the Packers are not good. One of the worst defenses I've ever played with. Mostly 2s. You got a 27 on the run. You got a whole bunch of guys that are 2s, a couple of 3s, and a 5. Bobby Dillon is a 5. That gets him a 27 against the pass, then a 28 against the run. So not great. That means that the Lions or the Green Bay is going to be a -9 against when they're against the pass and a -8 against the run. So the Lions on paper have the advantage here. Detroit's a 53-47 team. So I'm gonna go 1 to 11 is gonna be a run, and then 12 to 20 will be your passes. Here we go. Finally, a lot of chatter today. I don't know if you guys are okay with that or not. A lot of chatter. All right, 2. That'll be an inside run. 36 is going to be Tobin Rote, our quarterback. So let's see. Does he go inside? Yeah, he'll run both ways. Little quarterback draw action. 25 is AG. So inside run, our quarterback, Tobin Rote, AG. $15. That's a 16, and he's going to rip off 7 yards. First play. And it's going to be 2nd down and 3 at the 27 for Detroit. All right, a 13. That'll be a short pass. 65. 65 is Ken Webb. Ken Webb is a fullback, halfback. He's our kick returner, and he's also a C4. So he's a C. 35 is a CS. We'll go short pass CS. Tobin Rote to Ken Webb. All right, CS. All right. Oh, sorry, that text threw me for a loop. All right, here we go. 22 for Tobin Rote. That's a 6, and he'll get 7 yards to Ken Webb on the play. And that'll be a first down. So let's see, Webb and Rote, 7 yards. And it's going to be first and 10 Detroit out to the 34. Okay. 8, that'll be an outside run. Where'd it go? There it is. Outside run, 52. That is John Henry Johnson, our fullback, and he runs outside. He's got a pretty good card, actually. I see a lot of 15, 16, 17s on his card. 32. 32 on your defense is a CD. So we'll go outside run, CD. John Henry Johnson. Oh, big 22 again. That's a 15, and he is going to rip off a 22-yard gain. Holy cow. So John Henry Johnson gets around the corner and rumbles for 22. He's got Green Bay defensive guys just bouncing off of him. Make it first and 10. They're going to break the fifth, cross the 50, and get to the Green Bay, 44. All right, a 3. That's going to be an inside run. 45, that is going to be Jim Duran now on the field. No, I'm sorry, 45 is Ken Webb. Our guy Ken Webb just caught a pass. He is a fullback, halfback 2. And we got 45 on the defense. It's a BS. So inside run BS, Ken Webb. $44. The doubles are coming. 16. He'll get 6 yards. If you guys watched the last game, you know what happens when those doubles start coming. Ken Webb gets 6. It's going to be second and 4. Down to the Green Bay 38 already for Detroit. Again, they have that advantage on paper, but it was 13-13 in real life. 10. 10 is going to be a short, it'll be an outside run. 21 is Gene Gedman. He's our starting halfback. And look at that defense. The doubles are coming. 66. That's a BG. So outside run BG for Gene Gedman. 43 is a 21. And he's good for a yard. It's going to be 3rd and 3. 3rd and 3. And let's just go standard here. It's the 50s. They probably run the ball more than they pass the ball. Well, I guess they did. So we'll go standard here. 15, that'll be a short pass. 32. 32 is our boy Hopalong Cassidy. He's a B. He's a B4. I love the fact that there's a guy named Howard Hopalong Cassidy. There he is. Went to Ohio State. Oh, he's a Buckeye. He is 24 years old. A lot of young guys in this game from the ones I've looked at so far. There we go. Okay. So Hopalong on the short pass. Again, he's a B. 54. Ooh, 54. That is an AG. So we're going to go AG, short pass, Tobin Rote to Hopalong Cassidy. $24. 24 is it's a 23. Oh, it's going to be incomplete. I thought we had an interception, but it's going to be incomplete. Tobin Rote to Hopalong Cassidy. And it's going to be 4th down at the 37 for the Lions. All right, I'm back after a short break there. It was my pick in a fantasy baseball league that I'm in. I'm in a slow draft right now, fantasy baseball league. 50 rounds fantasy baseball league through the NFBC. No free agents, no trades throughout the entire year. You draft 50 guys, and that's who you stay with. So we'll get down to like pick 40, and I'll have no idea who I'm picking. I'll be picking like 18-year-olds that go to my high school. Weird. Also, the groceries came, and I put those away. And I cleaned out my kitchen. My fridge. Took out my garbage. Kitchen's clean. All right. Back to the game here. It's 4th and 3 at the 37 for the Lions. It's a 54-yard field goal for Jim Martin. I don't like the odds of that. And I feel like punting is also out of the question here. Yale Larry, the punter, again, he's got 6s and 8s. He's got so many 6s. 6 is a touchback when you're inside the 50. So I don't think it's much of it. So we're going to go for it. We're going to go ahead and go for it here. I'll just go standard offense. All right, we're in 11. That'll be short. Oh, that'll be outside run. Ooh, that's going to be a run. That would have been a pass on a 50-50 team. But since they're a 53-47 run, that'll be a run. That's going to be 62. That is Hopalong Cassidy. And he is definitely an outside guy. Let's see. He is, oh no, he's an inside guy. Is he a fullback? Oh, he's a wide receiver. Oh no, he is an outside guy. So he's kind of, this is going to be like a jet sweep action here for Hopalong Cassidy. Put 2 guys in the backfield. We're going to send the wide receiver in motion and just hand it to him. That's the kind of thing that the Detroit Lions of 2025 would do. So, I like the idea of 42 and 25. What is that? What's 42 and 25? 72? No. 42, 52, 62, 67 years later or earlier. I like they're kind of running the same play here. So 21 is an AS against the run. So outside run AS. Hopalong Cassidy on a jet sweep on 4th and 3. 64. That is going to be a 9. And he gets 4 yards and he gets the first down. Gets around the corner, gets just enough, stretches out past that line, and picks up 4. And the Lions continue their drive here. 1st and 10 now at the Green Bay 33. All right, a 6. 6 is going to be an inside run. 55 is John Henry Johnson. 34 in your defense is not good. 34 is actually going to be an AD. So that's what they're expecting, a pass here. Tobin Rote's going to hand it off to John Henry Johnson on the inside run. AD. 23. Oh no, 26. He'll actually pick up 3 yards. So they're expecting the pass. Linebacker comes up though, makes the play. And it's going to be 2nd and 7 at the 30 for Detroit. Down to 8 minutes to go in the first quarter. This is Detroit's first drive after the Green Bay drive ended in a punt. 18. Let's go medium pass. So medium pass. Oh, look at all those 6s. All right, so our receiver is going to be Dan Lewis. He's a halfback 2, C1. So he didn't get many targets during the season. 65 is AS, so we're going to make it a BS. So medium pass. Tobin Rote looking down the field, can't find anyone. Going to dump it off to Dan Lewis and see if he can make a play. 25, it's going to be an 11. It's going to be incomplete for Tobin Rote. Oh, couldn't hit Lewis there. And it's going to be, what, 3rd down? 3rd and 7 now at the 30. I don't even think I like a 47-yard field goal here, but I think you probably go for it in this case. But let's go short pass heavy. And we're going to 15. That is a short pass. 56. That is Gene Gedman. He's a C3. He's our starting halfback. No, he's not. He's not even a starter, but he led the team in carries. So that's interesting. 53 on your defense is BS. So we're going to go short pass, BS. It's going to be Tobin Rote looking for Gene Gedman. It's going to be complete for Tobin Rote, 16 yards. And Gedman goes out of bounds, and it's a first down. Big play. Tobin Rote with Detroit with a couple of big plays on this drive to keep things going here. 1st and 10 down to the 14. And we'll go standard. Any pass is a short pass. And it's a 4. That's going to be an inside run. 43. 43 is Ken Webb. He's a fullback. 53. 53 is BS. So inside run, Ken Webb. BS. 54. See, now I would say we're going to have a penalty, but these cards are different. So let's see. Yeah, 54 is a 26. And he'll get 2. So he will get 2 yards. Make it 2nd and 8. 2nd and 8 at the 12. And let's go short pass here. All right, a 36. 36 is John Henry Johnson. He's a C3. 53 is still a BS. So we're going to stay at BS. We're going to short pass BS. Tobin wrote, looking for John Henry Johnson. I believe this is play number 12 of this drive. So BS, it's been going on so long, I got my groceries and put them away. 16, that's a 20, and that's going to drop incomplete. So wrote, can't find John Henry Johnson. And it's going to be 3rd and 8. So let's go short pass here. All right, a 26. That is Hopalong Cassidy. He's a B. 14 is an AG. And we're going to stay at AG. Short pass AG. And we're going to go rote to Hopalong Cassidy. 32. That is going to be a 20. And that is incomplete. Tobin wrote 2 of 6 so far on that drive, actually. Which that makes more sense for these 1950s cards. And it's going to be 4th and 8 at the 12. And we will kick the field goal this time. Let's bring out Jim Martin. Jimmy Martin. And I'm pretty sure these goalposts were at the goal line back then. So technically it's a 17-yard field goal. No, 19-yard field goal? Or would they call it a 12-yard? I don't know. I'm kicking it like normal. I always like to think that the cards are made based on the year it is. The cards are made for that year. So if in 2025, if I roll a 66 from 50 yards, it's going to be good. If I roll a 66 in 1958, it's less of a chance that it's going to be good, but maybe a little bit more because I'm going to stop rambling. Anyway, all right, 29. I'm going to go 29-yard field goal. I'm going to call it a 29-yard field goal. Jim Martin. 52. I don't like that. That's a 16. And that is blocked. We have an X10. So the kick is going to be blocked by the Packers. X10. 24. -4. And it's picked up by the defense. So field goal. We're going to go -4. Blocked. Green Bay recovers. And it's going to be Jim Martin as the kicker. Boom. And who's our D1? He's going to return this. D1 for Green Bay is Nate, don't call me Lizzie Borden. So Nate Borden. Gotta say, I've never heard of him. Where's he? There he is. Nate Borden. He's an end 2. Again, most of their guys are 2s. QS3. He's got a couple of single digits there on 11, 33, and 36. Let's see what he can do with it here on the block. 25. 25 is a 25, and a 25 is always no gain. So, no gain. It's a blocked field goal return. Now, does that go back to the 20? I don't know what it was back then, but does that go back to the 20? Let's see. So, we're going to go no yards, 15 seconds, and no, it starts at the 16. So, 1st and 10 at the 16 now for Green Bay. So, no points on the board yet. 6:15 to go in the first quarter. And again, we don't have – last game I had all those big plays early on, and that was a high-scoring game. This game in real life, it was 13-13, and we don't have anything yet. So I'm loving. I just, as I say, how does the game know? It's amazing to me. And I'm going to go get a Pepsi. I'll be right back. All right, Green Bay takes over here. 1st 10 on the 16. And let's see what they're going to do with the ball. They're going to start with an inside run. 41. 41 defense is an AS. 55. 55 is Jim Taylor. So Jim Taylor was a pretty good player in his own right in the 60s. This is 58. He's a rookie. He's got to be a rookie. He's 23. Actually, at the time of this game, he's probably 22 still. His birthday's in late September. And he's a 2. But I have to, when I get to, again, this is what I'm going to like to see. 65, it'll be interesting to see how he's changed. Him and Bart Starr. Bart Starr's a 3. It'll be interesting to see how they've changed going forward here. So Jim Taylor against an AS on an inside run. Oh, a 12. 12 to 26. And he'll get 2. He'll squeak forward for 2 yards. I always assume that all those numbers under 25 are losses, but with some of the not great defenses, they will be some gains there. So Jim Taylor will get 2. It'll be 2nd and 8 for the Packers. And let's go short pass heavy here. And we'll get a short pass. 22 on your defense is a BD. Oh, and a 66. That's going to be Jim Shanley. He is a halfback, too. He's our backup punt returner. He's a C1. So what was our defense? Our defense was a BD. So we're going to stay at BD. So short pass, BD. BD. Bart Starr looking for Jim Shanley. 61. 60. Oh, it's a 30, and he is going to get dumped for a loss. That's going to be an 8-yard sack by the Lions. Let's see who got in the backfield this time. 22, and it's going to be Alex Karras again. So Alex Karras with his 2nd sack of the game already, still the first quarter. And it's going to be 3rd and 16 now for the Packers. So let's go medium pass heavy. All right, we got a 9. That is a medium pass. 63 on your defense is a BG. 52 is Steve Meilinger again. He's a C. So we'll go BG medium pass. Oh, and we're at the 10, so let's go backwards. So medium pass BG. Bart Starr to Steve Meilinger. 53. 53 is a 12. And that pass is incomplete. Oh, just off his fingertips. Well, if it was the second quarter, we'd have got a first down out of that. But it is going to be incomplete here in the first quarter. And it's 4th and 16. So the Packers can't do anything with the blocked field goal. So let's bring in Max McGee to punt. $61 for McGee is an 8. And that is going to be a 40-yard punt taken by D10. So it's actually only punted to midfield. It's going to be good field position for the Lions. McGee, and it's going to be taken by, who's our TA? Yale Larry, our punter, is also our punt returner. 12 for Larry. That is a 20. See, now it has... It's a 27 in the K column. Oh, I'm sorry, I looked at the wrong guy. 12 is it's a 20. Yeah, okay. So it's a 20. And he'll get 9 yards on the return. And there's our 1st and 10 at the Green Bay 41. Let me look at this card. Let's look at Yale Larry's card. 15. So Yale Larry, all right, 27 is fair catch. We know that. So you can see at 13 and he's got a 27. I don't see a 27 anywhere in the P column, but I can't use the K column because of all those 4, 6s, and 8s. I mean, that wouldn't be right. So I'm using the P column. I just don't understand why it doesn't say TA-P at the top. I don't know if that's a printing error or if maybe I'm supposed to use the R column. I'm just not sure. Actually, maybe I am supposed to use the R column because I see a few 27s there. So at 43, at 36, at 56, at 16. Yeah, I think I'm supposed to use the R column for this. Look, there's 4 or 5 fair catches there. So I think I'm probably supposed to use that. I'll do that next time. I'm not going to do it this time, but I'll do it next time. Actually, let's do it this time. What did I roll? 12? And that's a 25. So it was no gain. So let's do it this time. Because that doesn't make sense to me. So punt return. We'll go Yale Larry, no gain. And then we'll say it's 1st and 10 at midfield for the Lions. That makes more sense to me. The column that has the 27s, 27 being fair catch, makes more sense to me. If there's a lot of them in there or more than one, then it seems like that should be the punt return column. All right, 1st and 10 midfield for the Lions. Still no score. We got 4:45 to go in this first quarter. We're going to start with an outside run. And it's going to be Dan Lewis, the halfback. And I think he only runs outside. Let's see. Yeah, he only runs outside anyway. Oh, look at that defense. 66. The Packers are ready for Dan Lewis. Let's see. 66 is a BG. So outside run BG, Dan Lewis. 21. 21 is a 9. And he will get 3 yards on the run. Second and 7. We're at the 47. The Lions 47. And let's just keep going standard here. And we're in an outside run again. 65, back to Dan Lewis. It's his drive. And 51. 51 is an AG. So outside run AG. Dan Lewis. 21 again. And it's another 9. And this time he'll get 4 yards. I basically just ran the same play. Just in a different column. So Dan Lewis for 4. And it's going to be 3rd and 3. And we'll go standard again. Okay, it's an 11. That'll be another outside run. But it's not Dan Lewis. This time it's going to be Gene Gedman. Gedman. 43 on your defense is an a BD. So outside run BD. Gedman. 53 is, it's a 29. And Gedman's going to lose 6 yards. They should have given it to Dan Lewis. So Gedman loses 6. And that's going to bring up 4th down. All that work that Dan Lewis did, and Gedman just gives it all away. 4th and 9, back at the 49. Let's punt it away. Bring out Yale Larry to kick it away. Or is it Larry? Larry, 34. 34 is a 6. And that is a touchback. Inside the 50, 6 is a touchback. That's the longest touchback you can have. I guess 50 yards would be the longest touchback you can have. So that's a 49-yard punt, but a 29-yard, what's the word I'm looking for? Net? Is that a net 29-yard punt? So let's see. Yale Larry, 49. And we're going to start 1st and 10 at the 20 for Green Bay here. 3:15 now to go in this first quarter. Still no score. All right. Bart Starr back out on the field. A 19, and Bart Starr wants to flex that arm. That's a medium pass. 24 on defense is BS. 23 is going to be Billy Houghton, and Billy Houghton is an A. So finally, we've got a good-looking play here. There he is. He's an EB4. He's an A6. Pretty good player. He'll be 96 years old this year. Billy Houghton. Went to Rice. So that 24 that's a BS becomes an AS. So medium pass. AS. Bart Starr looking for Bill Houghton. 35 is a 9. It's going to be complete for 14 yards. So Starr making a play. Houghton making a nice catch and run. And it's 1st and 10 Green Bay up to their 34-yard line. All right, we're going to go inside run. Is Lombardi coaching here in 58 for the Packers? I think he is. I just watched a thing about him. Let's see. Green Bay, 1958. Is Lombardi our coach? No, it's Ray McClain. Yikes, I've never heard of Ray McClain. I wonder if he gets fired this year. 1-10-1. wonder if he gets fired and maybe this is Lombardi comes in. Let's see, in 59. Let's see. Yeah, Lombardi comes in and goes 7-5 right off the bat 1 year later. Nice. Okay. No wonder the trophy's named after him. All right, 1st and 10 to 34. And we're going to go inside run, right? Yeah, 25 is an AG. 41 is Howie Ferguson. He's a fullback, C3. Inside run for him against an AG. 41 for Ferguson is a 25, and a 25 is no gain. So 2nd down. Okay. Let's go standard. 15 is a short pass. 45 is a BS because it almost always is. Oh, and an 11, and we're going to go Max McGee. So another A. So we're going to try another A receiver here. So 45 is BS. Let's make it an AS. Short pass AS. Bart Starr looking for speedy Max McGee. $45. Oh, it's a 33, and we have our first possibility of a fumble. That's an F36. All right, so we're going to roll the decide or die. The green dot means the fumble counts. The blank means it doesn't count, and I will use the result of the F37 or F36 to determine the result of the play. So here we go. It will count. So let's go F36. F36. What do we got? 52. And we have minus 505. So we're going to call it a sack. We're going to call it a strip sack fumble. So 05 is the guy who recovered it. Who got the sack? 42 for the Lions is Joe Schmidt. He's a 5. He's at, I think he's the guy I talked about earlier as being a 5 on that defense. Where's he at? Joe Schmidt. There he is. Yeah, middle linebacker 5. W12. That guy's picking off passes like crazy. QS6. So he's a good player. All right, so it's going to be a minus. So we're going to go Bart Starr, minus 5, Joe Schmidt. And he fumbles, but 05 for Green Bay picks it up. 05 is going to be Jim Ringo. He is a center. He's also a 5. Where's he at? Jim Ringo. There he is. He's also a 5, Jim Ringo. He's our center. So we're going to go to his R column and see what he does with the ball. 15, that'll be a 21, and he is going to fall on it right there for no gain. So it's going to be 2nd and 15 now, Green Bay, after our guy Jim Ringo saves the day. And 2nd and 5. We got 1:45 to go here in this first quarter. Still no score. Let's go medium pass heavy here on 3rd and 15. All right, and 11, that is a medium pass. 15 on your defense is an AD. 31, back to Billy Houghton. He is an A. So 15 was AD. We'll stay right there. So we're going to go, what is that, medium pass? Yeah, medium pass AD. Bart Starr to Bill Houghton. 26 is an 18, and that's going to be incomplete. And it's going to have to punt. So Houghton is incomplete. And it's 4th and 15 back at the 29. Bring out Max McGee. 15. 15 is a 4, so this is a big punt. I think this is 52 D9. Or D10, I mean. 4. It is, yeah, 52 D10. So this is a big punt. This is better than his last punt that put it right at midfield. This one's going to move it back behind the line, behind midfield here. That's going to be taken at the 19, yeah, by who is it? Who's our punt returner? It is Yale Larry. 45 for Yale Larry. And again, I said I was going to use the R column. That's a 22. And the 22 is 4 yards on the return. And Detroit starts 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line. And Tobin Rote comes back out. Now, who was it? Which team had a guy that played like one drive? Let's see. Was it Tobin Rote or was it Bart Starr? It was Bart Starr. All right, so we'll hold off on bringing in Bobby Lane. All right, so yeah, I'm going to bring Bobby Lane in the middle of the third quarter. Do I even have Bobby Lane? I may not even have him. I think he played for – did he play for Pittsburgh back then? Yeah, so maybe I won't bring him in at all because I don't have him on the team. Yeah, so maybe it's going to be Tobin Rote's game. Didn't Tobin Rote play for Pittsburgh too? What's going on here? Okay, 1st and at the 23. And we're going to get an 8. 8 is an outside run. 33 is Tobin Rote, so he's going to run a little quarterback sweep. Where's that 3 at? There it is. So he's going to run a little quarterback sweep. 12 is a CG. So outside run CG for our quarterback, Tobin Rote. $62 is a 17. Wow. All right, he's only at 4 yards, so he gets around the corner for 4. 2nd and 6. We got a 12. That'll be a short pass. 41. 41 is John Henry Johnson. He's a C3. 23 is BG. So short pass BG. Tobin Rote looking for John Henry Johnson. 12 is a 20. And that is just incomplete. Because Tobin Rote's starting 2 for 7 in this game. Maybe I'll have to go get, what's his name, Bobby Lane from Pittsburgh. Is he going to be in there from Pittsburgh? Let's see. Oh, I just dropped a whole bunch of cards. I think he played for Pittsburgh. Let's see. There they are. Let's see if we got Pittsburgh out, 1958. Let's see if there he is. So he's a 4. So I'm going to bring him in for Detroit in the middle of the third quarter because he played for Pittsburgh at the time. I'll just grab his card. We'll bring him in. Okay. All right. 3rd and 6. 3rd and 6. Let's go short pass heavy here. And Tobin Rote is going to launch a long pass on 3rd down. I wouldn't do that. The dice tell me what to do here. Hopalong Cassidy is a B. He's going to be our receiver. And a 43, that's an AG. So we got a shot here. Long pass AG. I mean, that's the defense you want to pass against. Rote to Hopalong Cassidy. All right, here we go with Tobin Rote. 31, that's a 17, and that is incomplete. And Tobin Rote now 2 of 8 in this game. And it's 4th down. Man, this is such a different game from the last one I played where there were just touchdowns all the time. I was rolling 66s and 11 like crazy, and I'm not rolling at all now. I guess that's the whole, what do they say? Move to the mean or whatever, to the mean, something to the mean. I don't know. I'm not a math guy. Well, I'm a math guy, but I don't remember what's going on. All right, so 4th and 6. Let's bring out our punter. That is Yale Larry. A 61. 61 is an 8. And that is going to be a 45-yard punt taken by D10. D10 is, this is going to be the last play of the first quarter. Hoagie Carmichael for Green Bay. Kind of want a Hoagie now. 16 in the P column is a 25, and that's no gain. He is stuffed right there. And we're going to end the first quarter 0-0 so far. And in real life, it was 13-13, so we're kind of on that pace to be low scoring and close. 1st and 10 at the 28 for Green Bay here. Bring Bart Starr back out on the field, see if he can do something. I feel like the first one that scores is going to win. All right, and a 6. That'll be an outside run. 45. 45 is BS. 56 is Jim Taylor. So Jim Taylor on the outside run against a BS. Starting the second quarter. 14, that's a 25. That is no gain for Jim Taylor. And the offensive woes continue for both teams here. Make it 2nd and 10. Let's go short pass heavy. Let's try to mix it up a little bit. We'll go short pass heavy here for Bart Starr. And that's a 5. That'll be a short pass. 13, that's a CS. 45 is Steve Meilinger. He's a C. So short pass CS. Bart Starr to Steve M. Mellinger. Something like that. Injure. 42 for Starr is a 21, and that is incomplete. Oof. Make it 3rd and 10. 28-yard line for the Pack. We'll go short pass heavy. And it's a 9. That is a short pass. 25. 25 is an AD. Yeah, AD. 33 is Don McElhenney, and he is a B. So we're going to stay at AD. So short pass AD. Bart Starr to Don McElhenney. 55 for Bart Starr is a 7. It's complete. It's 9 yards. It comes up a yard short of the first down. McElhenney could not stretch to the line there. And they're going to have to punt. 4th and 1. Bring out Max McGee. Every time I say Max McGee, I want to say Speedy because I think of Max Speedy, who I think played for the Browns. But if you hear me say Speedy a couple times, that's why I'm doing it. Max McGee to punt. .43. That is a 28. And that is a short punt. 23 yards. Is that D11? So it's 23 yards, D11. And that's going to be our boy Hopalong Cassidy on this return. So punt, very short. 23. That was McGee. That is going to be Cassidy from the 40. And we use the P column. 21 is a 26. And he actually gains 1 yard on the run. So Cassidy for 1. And Detroit takes it back over. First down their own 41 as we're just kind of punting back and forth now. Detroit had the best chance to score, and they had a field goal blocked. See if they can get down there again. All right, an 11. That'll be an outside run. 21 is Gedman. 55 should be AG. Yep. So Gedman, outside run, AG. .53 for Gedman is 29. And he's nailed in the backfield for a loss of 4. I'd love to call this a defensive struggle, but I don't think the offenses are very good. 2nd and 14. Let's go short pass heavy. All right, we get an 11. That is going to be a short pass. 13. That's going to be David Middleton. He's our A receiver for the Lions, the only A on the Lions team. There he is. Oh, his nickname is Hoppy. They got Hoppy and Hopalong. He's an EB3. He's an A on short passes, A5. And he is going to try to catch this ball. Tobin Rote struggling here. Needs a completion. 16 is AS. So we're going to go short pass AS. .61. I don't know if that's going to do it. It's a 30. And Rote is sacked. They're just going backwards. He'll lose 6. So Rote to Middleton. And actually, it's going to be a sack. Oh, I did that wrong, didn't I? So QB sack. There we go. So Rote -6. Who got him for Green Bay? Oh, Ray Nitschke. Oh, no, is that Ray Nitschke? No, that is Nate Borden. So Nate Borden gets in there on the sack. Borden, where are you at? I said his name earlier for some reason. I think he might have had a sack earlier. And it's going to be 3rd and 20. Boy, this game is slow. This is a very slow-moving game right now. 3rd and 20. Red Zone would not be going to this game at all. Poor Scott Hansen will be looking for anything to show here, but he's not finding anything. Let's go medium pass heavy. And it's a 19. That'll be a medium pass for Tobin Rote. 31 is Hopalong Cassidy. He's a B. And 65 is an AS. So we're going to AS medium pass. Tobin Rote to Hopalong Cassidy. 62. It's an 18. That's incomplete. Boy, the dice rolls are really terrible right now, too. But that's because they know that it's a low-scoring game. It's got to be the dice that knows. Is it the game that knows or the dice that knows? I'm not sure. 4th and 20, back to 31. Let's bring out Yale Larry to kick it away. A 36. That is a 6. And that is a 40-yard punt, D10. That'll be taken at the 29-yard line by Hoagie Carmichael. 16 P column is a 25, and a 25 is no gain. I mean, say what you want about this game being boring, but we've got Hoagie, we've got Hoppy, we've got a Hopalong. I mean, we got some players here. 1st and 10 Green Bay at their own 29. All right, a 19, and Bart Starr's going to go medium pass. 61 on your defense is a BS. And then 43. 43 is McElhaney, and he's a C on medium passes, but we'll stay at BS. So medium pass BS. Bart Starr to our running back, Don McElhaney. 11! Bart Starr, that's a 5. That's only 24 yards. But it's something. It's something, guys. Something to kind of hang our hat on here. Wait, is that good? Is hanging your hat good or bad? I don't know. And he actually goes out of bounds in that play. So McElhaney finds him. He runs down the sideline, gets pushed out of bounds. It's going to be a first down. They're going to cross the 50 and get to the Lions 47. So finally, Green Bay, that's their, I think their first time in that territory, in Lions territory, I think. And we'll go standard. All right, a 10. That'll be an outside run. 26. 26 is a BS. 15 is Don McElhaney. He's not tired. He says, give me the ball again. Although I think he only goes, does he go outside or inside? 1, 3. Oh, he goes outside. All right, so he's an outside runner. Yeah, he's a halfback, wide receiver, so he'd be outside. So BS, outside run, McElhaney. 62. I've run a lot of 61s and 62s here. That's a 26. And he is going to get popped right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. And it's 2nd down. Oops, let's do that again because one of those dice fell out of my hand into the dice, this thing down here, the dice trace. Let's roll them all again. There we go. All right, 7. 7 is going to be an outside run. 53 on your defense is CS, and 53 on your running back is Jim Taylor. So Jim Taylor on the outside run against the CS. 23. Oh, it's a 33, and we have another fumble possibility. F16. We're going to roll the decide or die. The green dot means the fumble counts. And it does not count, so we'll use the result of the F16 to determine the result of the play. So F16. All right, 31. And he's actually going to lose a yard and get hit behind the line of scrimmage. Bobbles the ball, but does not fumble it. And it is going to be, what, third down? Yeah, third and 11. Oh, one big play, and then it all falls apart again. Come on now, Green Bay. Third and 11. Let's go medium pass heavy here for Bart Starr. All right, 2. That's a short pass. A lot of low numbers here. 21 both sides. 21 is BS. 21 is also Max McGee. He's an A, so make it an AS. So short pass AS. Bart Starr to Max McGee. $31. Oh, it's a 16. It will be complete, but he'll only get the yard back that they lost on the last play. So it's going to be fourth down. I feel like this is a punt. I got to see where are they on the 40? Is that where they're at? Yeah. Oh, 47. Yeah, this is definitely a punt. See if they can pin the Lions deep here. Bring out Max McGee. 24. 24. Oh, it's a 14. And that is a very short 32-yard punt. It's going to be fair caught by D11. So that's going to be, who's our TB? Terry Barr. I think I might have done that wrong last time. Terry Barr is actually our TB. I think I looked at Hopalong, but it's actually Terry Barr. So 23-yard punt. It's going to be fair caught by Terry Barr. And the Lions take back over first and 10 of their 24. We've got 10 minutes to go in this second quarter. See if they can put a drive together like they did. I think their first drive was pretty good. And then they kept going backwards. I don't know. Let's go standard. All right. Oh, a 19. Tobin Rote wants to go medium pass right off the bat. 52, 56. 56 is an AS. 52 is Jimmy Duran, not Jimmy Durante. Jimmy Duran. He's a B. There he is. Jim Duran. He's a B. So we're going to stay at AS. So we're going to go medium pass AS. Tobin Rote to Jim Duran. AS. There we go. 42. 42 is an 18. That's going to be incomplete. Tobin Rote 2 of 10 now. To Duran. And it's going to be second and 10. And we'll go standard. And we're going to get a 16 short pass. 53. 53 is Jim Duran again. He's a B. 41 is AS. So we're going to go short pass AS. Try Duran a little shorter this time. See if you can connect with him. 55. Maybe he will. That's a 7. It'll be complete. 12 yards and a first down as Duran goes out of bounds. And they're going to get all the way up to their own 36 now. All right, so maybe we're moving the ball here. Next play is an inside run. 63. That'll be Hopalong Cassidy. He only runs outside. So we're going to go outside run. And 63 on your defense. Ooh, that's not good. That's an AD. So Hopalong Cassidy, AD, outside run. Little jet sweep, 52. Oh, it's a 25. It's no gain. They had a chance there, but it's no gain. And it's second and 10 now to 36. We'll go standard. Oh, a 20. Now, I've already had a long pass for Detroit that went incomplete, so I'm going to call a play here. I'll go short pass. And who's their A? Their A is David Middleton. So we'll go short pass Middleton. And 31 on your defense is a CS. We'll make it a BS. So short pass BS, Tobin Rote to Middleton. $16 for Rote. That is a 20, and that is incomplete. Third down. Third and 10. Let's go short pass heavy here for Rote. All right, a 4. That will be a short pass. 51. 51 is Jim Duran. He's a B. Oh, look at that defense. 66. That's a BD. So short pass BD. Wrote to Duran. Doran? Maybe it's Doran. 26. 26 is a 19, and we know that's incomplete because that's Tobin wrote. That's all she wrote. Duran, incomplete. And it's fourth down, and they're going to punt. And that's what we're doing here, kids. We're punting back and forth. Yale Larry. 23. That's a 6, and that's going to be a 40. D10. We're just doing 40 yards back, punts back and forth here. Yale Larry, 40. D10. D10 for the Packers is Hoagie Carmichael. 14. That is a 26. I believe that's a gain of 1. Yes, it is. He'll gain 1 on the return. They'll start first and at their own 25. And I'm going to call it a video here. I'm going to give the dice a chance to kind of sit and think about what they're doing right now to me. And I'll come back tomorrow. We'll play some more of this game. I really want to get through this game. I also want to play the baseball game. So I might finish this game tomorrow, and then during the week, I'll get the baseball game out. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at that action PC game from Dave Cook. And if I like it, I'm probably going to buy it. And I'll buy the 94 season, since I believe that's the season I have, right? Right here, my baseball card. Oh no, I have 87. Oh, I have 87. Not see, like there's Toronto, 87. The crime dog, Freddie McGriff. That's terrible. There we go. Yeah, so I'm gonna pull that out and play with that. But it might not be till Monday or Tuesday. Probably not. Maybe Tuesday. I go to work probably Monday and Wednesday this week, so it might not be till later in the week now that I'm saying all this stuff out loud. So yeah, I'm gonna come back and play this game tomorrow. And we'll see if somebody can get on the board here. It'd be nice. How many punts do these guys have? Can I see that from the box score? Let's see. How many punts does each team have? Punts. 4. 4 from Detroit and 5 from Green Bay with 8 minutes still to go in the second quarter. So it's definitely an ugly one here in Green Bay. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll talk to y'all later.